Hi artists, how are you today? My name is Heather Duncan and today we're going to do this awesome Zentagle collage. Isn't that cool? This was my favorite thing to do when I was a child. I cannot wait to teach you today. Let's go over the supply list for today. It is so short. All you're going to need is some white paper and some markers, some washable markers. These are the ones that I'm using, just the regular Crayola classic marker pack. But you can use whatever colors you want, okay? So this is a super easy project today, something that you can do probably with materials at your own house. And it's really relaxing. So yeah, I'm excited to share it with you. Let's go over the steps. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to first start with our black marker and draw this kind of wild and crazy outline, which is super easy, I promise. And then we're going to fill in each of these little self-contained areas with a pattern. We're going to choose different patterns with different colors and really think about like our color placement and what kind of repeated patterns would look good in which space, okay? So, super easy, very relaxing. I'm so excited to share Zentagle with you. For the first step, we're going to take our black marker and we're just going to kind of draw a wild and crazy shape on our paper. You almost could close your eyes and do this. It's very easy. I'm gonna take my marker and just kind of see where it takes me. Ta-da! There we go. Might even do one up here too, just to balance my paper out. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Yes, 7 spaces that I'm going to fill with pattern. The art of Zentagle, which I'll put at the bottom of the screen here for you to see how to spell it, is whenever we use a repeated pattern in an enclosed space. So like this, I'll lift my paper. This area right here, that's an enclosed space. There's no opening to any other areas. So I'm just going to do a single pattern repeated over and over in this one enclosed space, okay? That's what the art of Zentagle is. It's just using pattern repeated over and over again in a small enclosed space, all right? So we'll also go over what some different patterns are too. Okay, I'm going to put this down and we'll look at it over the top camera view. Let's talk about the different patterns that I have going on in this one. So here you can see I have some V's that are kind of a double V. I have some squares that are different sizes. They're not all the same size. I have some circles with a red background, and then I have some circles over here too with kind of some dots around the circle. And then over here I have some rainbows that I kind of put in random order. Then we have some diagonal lines with alternating colors, kind of a grid pattern there, and then kind of a circle going on over here, okay? You don't have to use these patterns, and honestly, you can look up Zentagle patterns online and you can get some really good ideas of what patterns you want to use. I'm gonna change it up a bit, maybe use some of the same patterns I did there, but then also use some new patterns too. All right, I'm going to start with my favorite pattern. I'm going to start with polka dots. Polka dots are my very favorite pattern. And whenever I do polka dots, I like to vary the size, like small, big, the size of my polka dots, okay? And then, yeah, always add like 1 or 2 that's like a half polka dot coming off the paper or off the edge here. Okay. I'm gonna add some of these purple polka dots. And then I'm going to add additional polka dots here too. I think I want to do 2 colors of polka dots for this. I always like to buy clothes with polka dots on them for some reason. It's funny. My closet is full. I should have wore a polka dot shirt for this tutorial. There we go. Awesome. So there's one pattern repeated in one space, okay? Now I'm going to pick another pattern, and I try to, like, since I use green or purple and green there, I'm going to use orange down here. And I like to kind of vary my colors. I don't want to do purple and purple. I want to do some different colors. So I'm going to come in here. I'm also going to kind of fill in these lines here. And then I'm going to come on top of this and do kind of a grid. So did you notice how my first lines were really thick and then these lines are skinny? That's on purpose. That's to give it some added interest. There we go. It almost looks like that paper is like curved, doesn't it? It's kind of cool. All right, next I'm going to use some red and I'm going to do some chevron. Do you know what chevron is? It's just this diagonal or zigzag line. Like that. Then I might come in here with my chevron. I haven't used blue yet, and do some sort of maybe dashes. Some dashes there, then maybe a green line. So do you see how I'm varying my lines skinny and thick? Especially if you have these fat markers, you can do something fun like that. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to do some rainbows, but I'm just going to maybe do the same color. Last time I used different colors. Like that. Awesome. Might even put a small one there. That looks great. Sometimes, like here we used orange just exclusively. Here we used blue just exclusively. You can totally do that, okay? All right. Now I think we're gonna do some squares. We did in the other thing. Looking good. So my yellow is kind of getting into my black, so just be careful with that, okay? Just be careful with your lighter colors mixing with your darker colors. There we go. Cool. All right. And I'm going to flip this over and do something here. Maybe some straight lines. And then something maybe diagonal on top of it. Now you don't have to use my patterns. You can use patterns that you want to use. You can look up some patterns. Like that. And then I have one more and that is it. Awesome. What color do I use? I think I kind of want to do a blue, something blue there. And let me think. I haven't done one of these yet. Always like to do something that's kind of psychedelic. Cool. And I actually might go in there with maybe some orange and do some polka dots around like that. So cool. Okay, guys, we are done. Let me show you our work. Look at that. Doesn't it look awesome? So today what we did was a Zentagle, abstract Zentagle. Here's another one. Here's my 2 examples. They look different every time, and that's okay. Each one is unique to this situation that you're doing it in right then. You might feel inclined to do some polka dots, or you might feel inclined to do some checkered boards or some diagonal lines. You just never know, okay? But pattern is very important when it comes to our artistic expression. Using patterns too is a good way to release stress, to doodle, and to do some different things like that, okay? So feel free to look up other YouTube tutorials or Pinterest or whatever and find some really fun patterns that fit your interests, okay? So, all right, thank you for joining me here, and I will see you back here next time.